You don't like podcasts, where we have conversations you don't like that need to be had.
All of this all day, and I know you're able to speak with at least one witness who saw this all happen. I cannot imagine what they witnessed, but tell us what they were willing to share with you.
Hey, Doug, that witness does want to remain anonymous due to safety concerns, but they were able to tell us that the victim and the suspect both worked here at the motel. Now, police are being very tight-lipped about this entire situation. They did a press conference, but it didn't answer any questions. I have followed up several times, but at this moment, they are not sharing any other details regarding this investigation. This morning around 9:30, Dallas police responded to a stabbing at the Downtown Suites Motel located off Samuel Boulevard.
The preliminary investigation determines that the suspect cut the victim with an edged weapon several times.
Investigators had the entire property closed off. A man who has been staying at the motel for the past 5 months says he was waiting on his ride to work when the incident took place.
He went behind him with a machete and hit him in the back of the neck 2 times.
He says the victim tried to get away and describes it as a random attack.
They didn't have no argument or nothing. This man just literally killed this man and then chopped his head off.
People who live nearby shocked by the news.
I find it sick, disgusting. I'm speechless.
Kind of out of the norm and is mind-blowing.
Police have not identified the suspect nor the victim and say the suspect's charges are pending at this moment. For now, reporting live in Dallas, Briseida Holguin, CBS News, Texas.
Briseida, before you go, real quick, you've been out there all day on what is an awful, awful story. Police have not shared a whole lot about the investigation so far. Any idea as to why?
At this moment, I've reached out to police, Doug, several times asking what exactly happened. Was there an altercation before? Things we heard from the witness, trying to just fact check that with them. And they are saying we're not taking any questions at this moment.
Okay, so unfortunately, we are going to be bringing you all a very disturbing story out of Dallas, Texas. Person was beheaded today, earlier today, around 9:30 this morning is when this all kind of started. Um, and there's been an update. So initially, they weren't saying who the victim or the suspect was, but now we do have some names. We do have a little bit of information. The suspect is a 37-year-old male named Yordanis Cobos-Martinez. Cobos-Martinez has been charged with capital murder in connection with the killing. Jail records also show him listed as an immigrant. Now, really quickly, um, they've charged him with capital murder, and Texas is a death penalty state. And I'm pretty sure they're not gonna play with him.
No, I hardly doubt they're gonna be playing around with him. This was a very gruesome death. Um, a lot of witnesses around, um, and when they called the police or whatever, even the police had the experience seeing something like that, and nobody wakes up thinking something like this is gonna happen. I mean, beheading somebody is the most one of the most gruesome things you can do. So nah, they're not gonna take this lightly. They're not at all.
And also, um, just read that he has a pretty lengthy criminal history, starting back in California. So I know it's kind of like a running joke in Texas about a lot of people coming here from California. So now we're also starting to get some of the immigrants that have come into this country that came into California initially, and now you've made it your way to here to Texas, and you're in Texas beheading people. with a machete in front of witnesses and in broad daylight, not to mention, because this happened in the morning. So, I don't know. This is yeah, this is pretty crazy. This is pretty wild. This is a wild Wednesday. Wild Wednesday.
Very wild Wednesday. Yeah, that whole situation, I'm not too sure about what's going on. A lot of these people with these records, I don't know what kind of record he had, but a lot of times they get slapped on the wrist and they get released right back in public. And all they do is commit the same crimes, or if not even worse crimes, till they in jail for good. But look what happens from it. It's another lost life.
Very violent, very reckless. I do have my concerns of how Dallas police handled it. As the news reports stated, they asked them, why are they being so limited with the information? Are they gonna release more information? They were just very hush hush, and maybe we should cut them a little bit of slack. Maybe it's because of the gruesomeness of this crime. I mean, the police officers, they were visibly upset. Um, nobody expects to, I know they're the police, but nobody expects to see nothing like that. That's a bit much.
Exactly. I'm not sure about the hush hush details. Hopefully they will start releasing more, maybe tomorrow. Um, we know Dallas is a big city. There's a lot of stuff flowing through Dallas. It's spiritual warfare out here. Pray for your folks. Stay prayed up. Pray every day that you leave your house. It's crazy out here.
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely agree with that. So y'all be safe. Um, take care. Check in on your people. Um, while you out here moving around, be very aware of your surroundings. And it's just really ain't no time for no games when you out here in these streets. Pay attention to what you're doing. Do what you need to do so you can make it back home to your family.
And y'all stay safe out there. We out.
You Don't Like podcasts, where we have conversations you don't like that need to be had.